on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Zachary Smith. Before we dive in, be sure to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Notification bell, very important because I do not have like a regular schedule that I post on. It's not like a daily upload thing. It's not even a weekly upload thing. Whenever I want to post, I'm going to post something whenever I feel compelled to. So hit that notification bell so you don't miss when I post a video. It's another WWE video. Last night, what a night it was. Very special. Last major stop on the road to WrestleMania, and some returns taking place, and also a massive heel turn. And that's what I want to talk about today, mainly. But first and foremost, I guess we could dive into the other things. Jade Cargill returning, attacking Naomi, beautifully set up. Naomi and Bianca Belair both wearing all white. Jade Cargill returns wearing all black. Liv Morgan has this shocked look on her face. She's worried she's going to attack her, goes immediately after Naomi, takes her out of the match. So we really just have a 5-woman Elimination Chamber match at that point. And then we also get the return of Randy Orton during the Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn unsanctioned match, or really after the match. If you watch my predictions, went 3 or 4 with the matches, missed on that one because I thought it would happen during the match. I thought that was kind of like, obviously it was worthy of being an unsanctioned match in general, that blood feud, all the hate obviously between the two at the point in time, but really with it being unsanctioned, I was like, yeah, Randy's going to come back during the match, but it happens afterwards. We get that return as well. John Cena wins the men's Elimination Chamber match, and then afterwards they moved it. So originally the segment with Cody Rhodes and The Rock was going to be third, right in the middle of the show, and then it moved to closing out the show. And you could think maybe that in itself is a hint foreshadowing what is going to come, but I certainly didn't see this happening here. I figured one of these two guys, John Cena or Cody Rhodes, is going to turn heel either along the road to WrestleMania or at WrestleMania itself. And I thought it'd be very interesting if we did it with The Rock being the special guest referee, and then we did the turn happening at the event at WrestleMania 41 itself to decide who was going to be the corporate champion. But that doesn't take place. John Cena turns heel at Elimination Chamber last night. Absolutely insane. So well done as well. The camera work, I mean, absolutely like cinema gets thrown around, right? Like we talked about that meme a lot, but legitimately that was awesome. Just the way that it was executed. One of the biggest moments in wrestling history. John Cena has not been heel since, I guess, like the Dr. Thugonomics, you could probably say. It's been something that people have been clamoring for. Almost happened with The Rock during their rivalry years ago, and now it comes to fruition now. The one thing I am very concerned about is what his music is going to be. Are we going to see what he was talking about in a past interview with like the music that he had set up, the ring gear? Is it going to change? My concern is if we get like a Def Rebel John Cena song for this heel run, how atrocious that is going to be. But anyways, back to, the turn itself and what it could mean. Just so first off, maybe as surprising as the turn, Cody Rhodes dropping an F-bomb that way and it not being censored like across social media platforms was awesome too. Um, so we get that, and then you could tell kind of like something was going to happen, like something was going on here. I mentioned in my Royal Rumble predictions, can see some heelish tendencies going on with John Cena post Royal Rumble, right? Like just inserting himself into the Elimination Chamber, said he's not going to earn it. Like he's earned it through his body of work, wasn't going to earn it in a qualifying match. He was going to be in the Elimination Chamber and not taking any questions regarding it. It was just, I'm cutting a promo post Royal Rumble during the post show, and I'm in the Elimination Chamber. So that was pretty un-Cena like in itself. And then, like, you could go back and say, were there clues along the way that were about this? And this is like the long term storytelling, the booking aspect of it. See, or The Rock throwing up 3, obviously the John Cena thing. Was this the plan the entire time? And is that a coincidence? The road that we got to somehow led us here where it makes sense. The poster for Elimination Chamber, the final official one that they put out, Rock, Travis Scott, and John Cena, which, by the way, dude, like that's my one. Everything about that was awesome, but like, what are we doing with Travis Scott being involved in this? Like, we're gonna look back in 20 years and be like, oh yeah, Travis Scott was involved in this for some reason, just like in the corner, burning sage. Uh, yeah, interesting stuff to have Travis Scott be a part of this whole thing. Um, but anyway, the Cena turn itself, that facial expression, I've rewatched it so many times, and like it just keeps replaying in my head. When he daps up Cody, he's hugging him, and you can see him looking over his shoulder. Rock gives him the signal, obviously, and then boom, and just like the beat down itself, like relentless. It wasn't just like, a kick in the nuts and an AA. Like a bloody coat, which I expected to see some color. But the way that it happened, starting with the Rolex, just kept progressing. Cena's holding up the belt, and it has the blood that you can see literally on the championship. Man, what a moment! It's like one of those "where were you" moments. I feel like we're gonna look back on this as one of the. I don't want to put a number on it, but one of the biggest moments in wrestling history. This is something that I I don't know that this is necessarily what I wanted to have happen, but after watching it happen now last night, like, yes, this is what I wanted for and there's a lot of people, myself included, that I think had some skepticism on this road to WrestleMania, and that's by the wayside now. Like, throw that away. I think that we are red hot now on this road to WrestleMania. And to be honest, I'm gonna do another video regarding this, like predicting what the match cards are going to be, like booking that and stuff like that for WrestleMania. But with Bianca and Rhea being the matchup we're going towards as well, we'll see if it's a triple threat with Io, or if it's just a one-on-one singles match there. How do you decide? Like, obviously, Cena Cody are going to close it out, night 2 of WrestleMania. But is it Jay versus Gunther night 1? Is it Bianca Rhea? Is it Tiffany and Charlotte? Like the other championship matches, I think you could make a case for any of them. But I'm curious to see how it's going to be booked out. But anyways, in regards to the Cena turn itself, I'm so curious as to what other people think about this. It's going to end up being one of the most viral clips in WWE history, I'm sure. Already doing numbers, but like again, that moment just keeps replaying in my head because I didn't know that we would see this again. I kind of like talked about the idea of a corporate Cena and the appeal that it had for me. How far was he willing to go to ensure that he would win that 17th championship? And is he going to win that 17th championship at WrestleMania? And if not, do we just see that? Is this the version of Cena that we're getting now for the rest of this run, the rest of this year? What does it mean for the summer feuds? Like, I keep getting my mind keeps going to places in terms of like, are we gonna get a heel Cena versus a babyface Randy Orton at some point this year? That's crazy to think about. I mean, you talk about full turns being done. CM Punk this summer. Could we see that? I'm curious to see what CM Punk has to say on the matter on Monday night, assuming that we get, a promo or something from Punk about this. Um, Drew McIntyre, who has told no lies. I am curious to see what he has to say about it. The fallout from this is going to be gigantic and really, again, heats up the road to WrestleMania. There was a lot of questions about it, and I think that those can be put to bed now. Like, this is red hot, and all because of one turn happening one night at Elimination Chamber, which typically pretty chalk because it's the last major stop on the road to WrestleMania. Obviously, we're going to learn who the number one contenders are for 2 championships, but that's typically like all that really takes place. You're not going to see like a title change hands here very often, or like major moments taking place like this. We got 3 at this show with Jade Cargill coming back, Randy Orton coming back, and the John Cena heel turn. And that's Roman Reigns returning not included. When does that happen along this road to WrestleMania? And what is with the way that, Seth Rollins took out Punk, are we getting that triple threat? Is this Punk favor ever going to come to fruition? So there's still a lot left to be answered on this road to WrestleMania. But one thing that we do know will be John Cena versus Cody Rhodes, with John Cena acting as the heel, the corporate guy going after his 17th championship. And the big question for me here is the reaction he's going to get from fans. Like, is he going to get heel heat? Even though, he's just being like, he was getting heat when he was a baby face because people didn't want him. They were pushing back on him. Now that he's gone the heel route, like, I'm curious to see what the reaction is, because this is something that a lot of people have been wanting and pushing for, and also acknowledging that this is like his last run. Like, a lot of people are just appreciative. So I don't know. Is there some concern there? Would that have been the reason to go with Cody being the guy to act as the heel in this as opposed to Cena? But I don't know. I'm so intrigued by this whole angle. I thought last night was awesome, and I'm just curious to see the path that they go down here now. Biggest thing, biggest concern for me, like I said, is going to be the music. If it's something that Cena like cooked up on his own and he's going to be allowed to use, great. Let's keep Def Rebel far away from this thing if possible. So yeah, heel John Cena in WWE, and hopefully a lot more appearances in the near future to see exactly where they're going to take this thing and how far they're going to take this thing. That's it from me for now. Be sure to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you don't miss a video here. Hit me in the comments. Let me know what you think about the John Cena heel turn, where we're going. Is he going to win that 17th championship right at WrestleMania? Maybe come up short. Hey, man, if he comes up short in that one, what is he willing to do from that point on? If he's willing to do this to try to win that 17th, if he loses that match, what is he willing to do? Where is he willing to go in order to secure that 17th? Let me know in the comments what you think. But until then, I'll be back when I'm back. But until then, I'll see you.